I'm Jason, and today I'm going to be showing you how to build a workflow in Autohive, which operates over a collection of emails. So, Autohive here is a platform where you can build and use AI agents, which is basically where you're giving AI LLMs like ChatGPT tools so that they can have agency to perform tasks that you want them to. Workflows, on the other hand, are where you set out a sequence of steps that you want to run in a deterministic way. So I'll start building. Here I am in Autohive, the homepage. Everything that you build in Autohive is done inside of a workspace. Workspaces are seen here down the side. So I'm going to build one in here. And find workflows, it's in the tab along the top. Create a new workflow. The first thing you're going to be asked to do is add a trigger. There's a few different types, but the one I always go with to start off with is the click to start trigger. Okay, to add a new node coming off of the trigger, you can click this blue button here. And what I'm going to want to do is list out emails by a label. Can click the node to open a properties panel where you can configure it. In the case that you're dealing with a Gmail account that manages multiple emails, you can enter the email that you're wanting here, or you can just type the shortcut me, which defaults to the, the account that you've authorized with. I want to search for emails for a particular label, which I've prepared. And at this point, this is only going to find emails in the inbox with that label. But for the emails that I've prepared for this demo, they're not in the inbox, they're archived. So you also need to check this box down here. I'll save that now. First time you save it, you'll be prompted to give it a name. I'll call this email manager workflow. That's saved now. And I'll go ahead and run it to see what we've got so far. Okay, so we can click on a node to see what kind of output it produced. Here we can see we've got a collection of two emails, and it's providing some information such as the ID and the snippet. So it's showing a bit of the message of the email, but it doesn't necessarily show the entire email in here or any of the attachments. I'll go back to editing. The next thing that I want to do is to be able to iterate over this collection of emails. So I'll go into the flow category and select the iterator. Configuring this node, it expects to take in a collection, and there's two ways to provide this. You can either create a new collection right here in the UI, but what we want to do is take in the collection of emails provided by the previous node. You can do that through this other option here. So I'll select emails. The iterator has two different outputs. The one coming off of the bottom, the workflow nodes are going to run once for each value inside the collection that it's iterating. And any workflow nodes that you send out the end is just going to continue the workflow after that iteration has completed. So coming down here, I'm going to want to read the email so that I can get the content of it. Once again, I need to put in the shortcut me here. And then I need the ID of the email that's in the current iteration of this loop. So as it mentions here, you can type the hash key, which gives you access to values provided by previous nodes. So the value of the iterator is going to be an entire object of that email, like we saw when we'd run it with all the properties on it. But what we're interested in is just the ID value from that metadata. And I'll run that up again to see what we've got now. Okay, so this has run a couple of times. The different outputs are stacked on top of each other. And you can see we've got additional information here, such as the entire body of the email. Back to editing. I'll now bring in an agent to do something with that email. Here's some basic starting ones that I've got on the workspace. These don't really have many tools in them. I'm just basically going to use it as a way to chat with these agents. So in here, I'll just say, tell me about this email. And just like before, I can type the hash key to get values provided by the previous notes. We've got the entire email object that was read from that previous node, or we could step down into individual parts of that. But for now, I'm just going to give it the entire email. And now let's run that again. Okay, so clicking on that agent node after it's run, we can see the conversations that were had with that agent. Starts off with the initial prompt, which is what I'd configured into the node, and it's substituted in the information about that email. And then the agent has provided some information about that. So that's the workflow end to end. Using the click to start trigger has been an easy way to test it out, but to use it more practically, there are other triggers available here. Common one would be the schedule trigger. You can click this add node button to bring up this palette of nodes to bring in. And it's fine for a workflow to have as many triggers as you want. You can drag on the connection point here to connect them together. So on this node, we could configure various times that we want this workflow to just run automatically. What you want here probably depends on what you're doing. You could have it configured to run once every hour if you want it to constantly be polling and checking for work to do. Or maybe you just want it to run at 8 a.m. in the morning so that there's something ready for you when you get into work. In this demonstration, I've shown just the example of listing emails by the label, but there are other ways you could get the emails, such as all of the emails in the inbox or only the unread emails in the inbox, depending on what you're looking to do. What we've got this workflow to do in this demonstration isn't particularly useful, just talking about a particular email. Something to take it to the next level would be to create a custom agent and give that agent tools to be able to actually manipulate Gmail. So, some examples would be to change the label that the email has. So, the workflow is basically acting as a sort of sorting robot, or you could have it automatically prepare a draft response for that email so that it's ready in Gmail to approve. One thing that some customers have done is go off and do research about particular things provided in that email, which is some workflow that they normally have to do by hand. One example that I've used this sort of workflow for is to archive emails that I know that I'm not interested in. So asked or described to the agent what I want to be archived, and that's worked really well as well. Throughout this workflow, I've been using the Gmail integration in order for that to actually work beforehand. you need to come to the integration section here of the workspace that you're building in. We've got quite a few integrations, so you'll want to search for that. And normally there would be a connect button here to authenticate that. Great, we can leave it there. Yeah, thanks for joining.